Today I got some somewhat interesting Miami Dolphins news. Deion Sanders had a quote recently saying, "What do you do business-wise if you're the Dolphins? Do you take a quarterback, which is what I'm saying, or do you say, Tua, let's check this out. Let's see what we're going to do. Is his health more important than that?" So basically what he's saying there is he definitely seems intrigued with Miami taking a quarterback. Now a lot of people are speculating that this would be a spot where he would like Shedeur to play at. I think that would be a pretty great spot. Jaylen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and just that Miami weather. Now, Shedeur is expected to pull an Eli Manning. Eli Manning famously held out when the Chargers drafted him in 2005, mainly due to his dad playing for the Saints. Archie Manning had a long career with the New Orleans Saints, and he just got beat up every single Sunday over and over again and just played for an awful franchise and essentially wasted his career with the Saints. And Archie didn't want the same things to happen to one of his sons, so he advised Eli Manning to hold out from the Chargers, which he did. So when he got drafted by the Chargers, he immediately got traded to the Giants. Worked out for everyone involved. And to be honest, I'm surprised we don't see that more. And I know a lot of people kind of don't have that stardom coming out of college, but some people definitely do. I feel like if Caleb did that, or Andrew Luck, or just quarterbacks of that caliber, if they did that, if they held out or refused to get drafted by a certain team, I feel like it would definitely work out in their favor. And that's why I think this 2025 draft is going to be the most intriguing ones in quite some time. I know every single draft is definitely a fun time, but it's been 20 years since we've seen someone hold out potentially from getting drafted from a team. So I'm really curious to see how it'll work out in the year 2025 compared to 2005. Now, honestly, it's looking like this quarterback draft class for the 2025 draft, it could be pretty deep. So if you're a Dolphins fan, I know it's a miserable season right now. Your season is done, but if they could just draft a quarterback, get a good one, I think they might be okay. You got to think from Deion's perspective and Shedeur's perspective that the teams that he's probably not willing to go to would probably be the Panthers. I mean, hey man, if I was him and I had that strategy going into the draft, I would definitely not want to be drafted by the Panthers. Maybe the Raiders might be in that conversation as well. I don't know. No hate to the Raiders. I just don't know how competent Mark Davis really is. Plus, I guess you technically will still have Brock Bowers there, but kind of a rough spot compared to a team like Miami or a team like the Browns potentially. They just have a lot more weapons compared to the Raiders as of right now. But again, that could change. But I know for sure, why would anybody want to get drafted to the Panthers? So that's definitely, it's got to be on his cross-off list for sure. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about Shedeur potentially doing this and pulling this for the 2025 draft, refusing to play for certain teams, and what team do you think would be the best fit for him? And do you think that he is an NFL caliber quarterback? Let me know in the comments. He's definitely a controversial player, and he will continue to be that way for probably his entire NFL career, just because he's Deion's kid and just everything he's done in college so far. And I like controversial players. Definitely add some spice, some excitement, some drama to the league, so I love it. But let me know what y'all think. So I got some other Dolphins news. Jaylen Phillips is out for the year with a knee injury. It's crazy, man. Only in week 5, and this team's season is already done. Like I mentioned earlier, honestly, just tank at this point. I know they did it once before and they got caught for it many years back, but seriously, bro, just do it again. Try to get the highest draft pick available. Try to get a good quarterback and just see what happens next year. Who knows if Tua will come back? I would really advise against it. I don't really know what's going to happen with that guy. Again, if I was in his corner, I would really be leaning towards trying to get him to retire. The fact that he started this year without a guardian cap is just ridiculous to me. Like, what are you thinking, bro? I don't care if it's not the coolest thing to wear. You have so many concussions under your belt. And the NFL implemented that option to wear a guardian cap at the start of this year, and you should have been the poster boy for that. And look what happened, man. Look what happened. It wasn't even like a brutal hit, and, his career might be done. So, I don't know, man. Point is, Jaylen Phillips is out. That defense is not great. Pretty Swiss cheese defense. That offense is nothing without Tua, and it's kind of surprising considering the run game. I know the O-line isn't great, but Tyreek, Jaylen Waddle, and I know they haven't had the best quarterbacks to really step in just yet, but really they put up nothing without Tua. And that was my biggest issue with the Dolphins in this past offseason. I really wanted them to draft a quarterback just because of Tua's health. You got to have a solid backup quarterback, and when your backup quarterback is Skylar Thompson and, Tyler Huntley, that's not going to get it done, and we're clearly seeing that right now. But also, Mike McDaniels said about a day ago that Odell Beckham Jr. might see some playing time this week. I don't really know what that's going to do with his team. They don't really need another receiver out there. That's not really going to make a difference at all. They have the Patriots this week in New England, a winnable game. Yeah, man, overall, really, really depressing times for the Dolphins franchise, just in general. Just really a wasted year of Tyreek's career, Jaylen Waddle's career, and just everyone involved. It's just kind of gross to see a team's year end by week 5. Ugh, whatever. I know they're probably not going to trade Tyreek or Jaylen Waddle, but I'd highly consider a rebuild at this point. Just because the timelines don't really match. I know a rookie quarterback could step in and do damage, but I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all would do. Would you trade Tyreek? Would you trade Jaylen Waddle? I think I would trade Jaylen Waddle just because I feel like he's injury prone. Maybe keep Tyreek, but again, I just hate the fact that they're wasting a prime year of Tyreek Hill. It sucks, bro. And why not just get some assets back for him? Because we don't know what the Dolphins are going to be like a year from now. And so let's say hypothetically they do draft a quarterback. There's no guarantee he's going to be good for the next year. So you're essentially wasting 2 years of Tyreek Hill's career. We don't know what his game could be like in 3 years from now. So why not just get the value for him now and just have a mini reboot? Might as well, bro. So yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about the Dolphins and just everything in general, their quarterback situation, QB draft class. If y'all made this far, subscribe. It would help me out a lot. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
Well, as you saw that receiver make the catch, I'll just say this. You cannot throw the football enough his way. There's no such thing. When in doubt, you don't like anything, turn and find him and throw it to him.
And now on first down, they'll go back to the air. And incomplete as Pettigrew can't hold on.
Pettigrews is going to be so mad at himself for dropping that football because receivers, you never know when your chance is going to come. And then finally, you get open, they call a play where you're the primary guy. It's right there, and you drop it. Well, don't get down on yourself. Stay up. The football will come your way again.
Mike Williams has the grab. Third catch today so far. The Lions have done a fantastic job here of getting the football to one of their key targets. And Williams has been a menace out there in the secondary with huge first-half totals.
He does have a lot of talent. That's why they try to get the football to him. But the play design by the offensive coordinator, outstanding. That's why we're seeing such a big game from the wide receiver. Well, every defense is looking for somebody to sack the quarterback. And that time, the speed of the defensive end gets around the tackle and gets the sack.
Bell's taking the handoff. And Miller will cut down this outside run for a loss. Stafford in shotgun formation.